Hey there, this is Cheston again. This is the second part of the small group leader training online. We're so excited that you are interested in leading a small group here at Mountain West. It will be an amazing experience. If you haven't seen the first video yet, where we talk about authentic relationships, you should go and watch that before you watch this. Now, just a couple of details. Just a couple of things to help you navigate and to be a great group leader that I want to share with you. Motivate your group to multiply. If you find leaders in your group that are just amazing leaders that but and they need a little bit of encouragement, say, hey, would you help me co-lead this group? Would you help be my assistant in this group? And they can help you record attendance. They can help you with all the little details. Maybe finding a place, maybe getting the food together for that day. Find someone where you could step away, where you could go on vacation for a week, and that person could step in and they could lead the group. Find that person. It's very important. So you're just not doing this by yourself. That nearly always happens in all of our groups, where you'll find someone in the group after 1 or 2 weeks. Man, they're great. They've just got a great spirit. They got a great personality about them. The people in their group love them, and they're a good leader, and you see that in them as another, from one leader to another. So encourage that in them. Encourage that to encourage them to come alongside you and help you. One little detail: deal with problem people immediately. People in your group that would kind of derail your group, and they kind of overtalk and overshare, and they just kind of take all the time for themselves, and it's kind of like, oh my goodness. Oh, here it goes again. It's like they keep talking and keep talking about the same thing, and people in your group will notice, but they're afraid to say something. Just pull them aside, have a conversation with them before or after the group starts, and then go from there. And just kind of, and most of the time, people will say, you know what, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. They'll be open and honest about that, and maybe it's their personality. They just don't know that they were doing that, and so that most of the time that problem is solved that way. However, we don't ever want you to feel high and dry when it comes to navigating the complexities of your group. So if you have a problem, if there's an issue in your group, if there's someone that is causing a little bit of trouble in your group, that is what I am here for. I'm here to have those difficult conversations if need be. So I don't ever want you to feel like we just threw you in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean without any help or support. So we're here for you in that. Reach out to me, and I would be more than willing to have that conversation to make sure that the rest of the people in your group are taken care of and they're loved, and they can help have authentic relationships in your group. Have fun together. It doesn't mean you have to just meet on the day the group meets. If you're go out for lunch, go out for dinner, whatever it is. The serve day. Serve day is a great time. We have multiple serve days all throughout the year. So find a serve day where your group can serve together. That's a great way to serve. To serve on the doors on a big day. Serve in children's ministry and cafe, whatever it is. Find a place and a way for your team to serve together. One thing that we ask you to do, and it's a really great thing, is to pray for the people in your group daily. And so we tell them this and say, hey, if you join a small group, you'll have someone who's praying for you daily. And that's important. So the people in your small group, because you don't get that in life, really. You don't really get someone who's always praying for you, checking on you, making sure you're doing okay. So pray for the people in your group daily. So that's something that we ask. A part of pastoral care, just something to cover, a little detail to cover, is that in the context of meeting with people outside of the group, it's very important. And it's very near and dear to our heart that you make sure if you're meeting with someone that you're not meeting with some personally outside of the group. You're not meeting with someone of the opposite sex, because sometimes people can misinterpret. People can think of think of something in some way where it wasn't meant to be taken that way, and people can kind of blow it out of proportion. And especially if you're speaking into someone's life, especially if you're helping them navigate the difficult times of life, they may misinterpret that. And so be very, very cautious of that. Don't ever meet personally with a member of the opposite sex. Always If you're sending an email to someone personally, just CC a member of the church staff on that, or just to cover all of your bases. Do whatever it takes. Be careful in phone conversations where if you're just you could have a phone conversation where you're just telling someone where the group is meeting, or a change of location or whatever. Make sure if it's a member of the opposite sex, it does it. You don't get carried away in that when it comes to a one-on-one situation. So be very cautious of that. Again, we look to you as shepherds of the church. So it's very important that you're protecting your ministry, and you're making sure that nothing is taken out of context. And so that's very important, very integral. We hold you to a very high standard, the same standard we hold our church staff to. Why? Because you are helping pastor the people of our church, and so it's very important that you hold yourself to that standard as well. So that's something important I just wanted to cover as well. Pray daily for the people in your group. Develop an assistant. Spend time. These are all great ways just to make your group better, and just to be everything a group should be here at Mountain West. Foster communication within the group. Rally your group around someone who's going through a crisis. However, be very cautious of this. It's great to rally your group around someone who's going through a crisis. However, if it's a financial need, there might be people in your group who cannot help out, and they may not have told you that. They may be going through kind of financial straits themselves, and they can't help out with something. And so just be very cautious of that. If there's a financial need, if there's something that someone in your group needs from a financial perspective, reach out to us. We have a whole pastoral care department here to help out with our members who are going through financial crisis or whatever help they need. And so reach out to us, and we'll make sure to help them through that. Communicate regularly with your leadership, in this case me, or if we have specific hub leaders over specific groups, and so they'll be reaching out to you and making sure you're doing well. So make sure to have open lines of communication with them. So again, just going over the responsibilities. Environment is really, really important. Creating that environment where people can form true friendships. Leading and hosting your group, pastoring your group, and of course reporting the attendance. And we'll be talking about that in the next video. All right, that is the end of video number 2. Let's go on to video number 3. See you soon.